kind of dark, but it's okay.
You need me to move
Chalet
back to
Cortes.
on Instagram, Chalet Lorraine, CHALETLORRINE. You ready?
She gets finished. Oh, so go back over here. Her song already finished. You can't talk. Ooh, I'm on video. That's okay. I'll edit it. Now put us back on Facebook. Hey, everybody. That was our coach, Rona Rowe Bennett, with Take Me There. She already know that's my theme song. Welcome, everybody, to the JOTU Gems Extravaganza with special guest, my girl, all the way from
Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, right up in here in Linthicum, Maryland. Oh, yeah, it's on and popping, you guys. Chalet Cortes. Oh, my God, thank you so much for coming all this way.
Thank
oh,
you.
my God, like, the travel is real.
It was a great flight. It was a great flight. Thank you for having me.
Gangsta, you're welcome. Everybody, I'm excited. This is our first live studio in taping. And Chalet, you're the first guest. I know ATI was the ones that we did, but they weren't in studio. This is the first live taping of JOTU Gems. Oh, I was supposed to tell you what the name of the song was. It was Rona Bennett. Take Me There. You guys, you can get it wherever music is sold, or you can visit www.ronabennett.com. Get into it. Hey, coach, we up and out here, y'all. So I'm just telling you, I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I am so excited. Guys, we have got a show for you. But before we get started, and y'all know a girl, this is what? This is my birthday month. So
okay.
I'm gonna have to put
Sagittarius
all the way. I'm gonna have to put my specs on. Y'all heard, and I am going to read about my girl Chalet Cortes. Y'all, she is amazing. Love her spirit. By the way, do we or do we not look like twins?
Light skin, curly head.
She gonna talk about that this evening too. Yes. Here we go. Chalet Lorraine Cortes is an author of poetry, self-help, and non-fiction articles. Her spoken word publications have received over 30,000 views on Facebook, and she has since gained recognition for telling her truth tactfully through poetry. She is an aspiring author and motivational speaker. Chalet lives in Elgin, Illinois with her 6-year-old daughter. She is currently obtaining a bachelor's in general studies to gain insight on a multiple of subjects. Keeping writing and poetry, spoken word as a getaway, Chalet previously worked for several Fortune 500 companies where she quickly excelled in but never felt at peace. We're gonna get into it. She has now taken a break to find her niche, and her favorite job is what she is currently doing: writing, inspiring, and uplifting.
Yes.
Y'all heard?
Yes.
Hi! Oh my God. There's so many things that I want to ask Chalet.
Okay.
So many. And I'm excited. I'm really excited, guys. I'm trying to contain myself. You know what? We're going to start off, and we're just going to dive into a little bit of it.
Okay.
But before we do, guys, tell your friends to chime in, because we're going to be giving away prizes. When it's time for you to call in, you just might be the lucky callers. So we're looking forward to this evening to having a grand time. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Let's do this. Okay, so of course we just talked about where she was born. You know, we talked about where you were born. I know you're what? You're in Chicago?
Yeah,
right
it's
now,
a suburb of Chicago.
Mhm.
It's a northwest suburb called Elgin, Illinois. And they call it the city within the suburbs.
Really?
It's just a train right away. Yeah.
Stop playing. Because I like London. I like the UK. Because they're like small communities. You know what I mean, mate? I love stuff like that. So, I just got to ask you early on, too. And I know it's very early in the show. Mm-hmm. But I want to know when you first discovered your gift, for poetry.
Honestly, and that is a great question.
Thank
you. I discovered it when I was about 12 years old in middle school. I went to Helen Keller Junior High in Schaumburg, Illinois. I had a friend by the name of Kiara Harris. She currently lives in Virginia. She's serving for our country as a sergeant in the Navy. But basically, our school created a poetry section in our English classes, and they made it a big ordeal where we had hot chocolate, Papa John's pizza, and that's where I found my love of poetry there. Me and her took it very seriously. We both got up there and read our poems because you didn't necessarily have to, but we participated. And then from then, secretly, I've been writing this whole time. But the last 4 years, I've taken it seriously, been on stage, and, just sharing what I feel needs to be heard.
Okay. Y'all, you see what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about, you guys. But you like helping people, and I definitely can see that. I can feel that. So how do you want to help people?
How I would like to help people is giving them an outlet, whether I'm a listening ear or inspiring them to write their own poetry, write their own books, tell their own truth. I would like to start a nonprofit organization that targets young minority children for summer camps throughout the summer so they can do creative arts, taekwondo, yoga, poetry, art, ceramics, sculpting, anything of that magnitude, because there's a systematic racism put in place, and the trauma and the experiences and coming from single parent families that minorities face. I would like for us to have an outlet to express ourselves.
That's amazing. And speaking of racism, I wanted to talk about your poetry, your titles, and what they mean.
Okay. Well, my first known poem is titled Confessions of a Mixed Chick. That is almost self-explanatory, except for the fact that I am 3 cultures. I am Black, white, Puerto Rican, and I wrote a poem from that basis, which explains how I feel with interacting within my Black family, my white family, my Spanish family, and the obstacles that I faced, whether it was lack of speaking Spanish, how light my skin is with the Black community, or me being Black in general with the white community. So I wrote about that. You guys will hear it. But I wrote about that. Other titles that I have are like Women Who Drink Whiskey. I drink whiskey. I feel like a lot of women who do drink whiskey, it's a particular type of woman. I have Freedom of the Spirit, $1 for a penny for your thoughts, $1 for your soul. Just things that come to me that I feel like explain what I just wrote about.
See what I'm talking about, y'all? That's amor puertorriqueño. Oh, don't think I don't know. Don't think I don't talk it, baby. No quieres con. Oh, did I say that? Oh, I'm so sorry. You guys in Spanish know what that means. Love you. Chalet, you're amazing.
Thank you.
And I do know that you're writing, you're this, you're doing that, you're on the go, you're trying, you're doing. I want to know what you do when you're not writing.
Okay, that's a great question.
Take these glasses off.
When I'm not writing, I'm usually 80% of the time with my daughter. Her name is Cameron. She's 6. Hi. Besitos, Cabrosita. I'm usually with her. She gets out of school at 2. I like to be right there at the bus stop, until the time she falls asleep. And then that's when I get the writing. I recently was working for a company, a regular 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And that's what I did with a lot of my time. And I'm also an online student, which we mentioned. I'm getting my bachelor's in general studies at Aurora University. And I'll be done this month. Next week is my last week. I graduate next May. And that's it. So I'm going to be focusing on it.
She said, and that's it. I don't think so. I don't think so, everybody. I don't think that's it, really. Oh, my gosh. Well, with everything that you do, how do you keep yourself motivated?
I keep myself motivated with my daughter. She gave me a better reason to live, a better purpose. I used to be very angry. I had to learn how to get rid of the chip that was on my shoulder for many reasons. Whatever I was angry about, that was my defense mechanism. And because Cameron came into my life, she gave me a higher purpose where I had to think outside of myself.
Wow. That's amazing.
I love
Most
her.
people that just, yeah. And you know what, while we're on that, because you're talking about your daughter,
Yes.
and I'm probably jumping the gun here.
Okay.
But I want to talk about your daughter Cameron for a second.
Sure.
Did y'all see the lovely picture of her daughter Cameron modeling? Did the adorable Christmas is almost here, and I want a Cameron under my tree. Did you guys see that? You have got to check it out. Can you talk about what the modeling and what she's doing? That's a winner.
Yes, thank you. So my little brown pecan, Cameron, you know, she notices that me, my mom, and my sister, we are lighter than her. So she's darker complected, and I love it. But she always wants to be light skinned. So what I decided to do was give her a photo shoot where she can embrace herself. And then she was like, I want to be a model. I want to be famous. And I'm like, okay, no problem. But when she was younger, she also did a modeling campaign for a company in Nigeria called Newbie Baby. And she did, thank God it's Friday. She did a little video for their campaign, TGIF campaign. And, you know, ever since then, she's always had it. But because I had to work in corporate America, I could not dedicate the time to do it. So we're going to go full speed this upcoming year, the top of the year. We're going to take more photos to add to her portfolio. She has an Instagram page at Cameron, CAMRYN, World 61 on Instagram.
Go follow. Go follow.
Thank you.
Seriously, it's a beautiful thing. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're tuning in, we're on JOTU Gems live radio, honey. This is the first broadcast with our very special poetic beauty, Chalet Cortes, honey. My sister. Yeah. Love her tons. Listen, guys, we have a special giveaways coming up. So share this link. You know, tell people tune in. You know, there should be a link on the post that we sent. That people can click on to be able to listen via podcast. And then it's going to be time for us to take callers so that you guys can get in on winning prizes. And so thank you all so much. You're simply the best. I know I didn't do my regular, hey everybody, such and so and so. I just got too happy because Chalet is here, honey. Okay? So let's just keep this thing going. You know, but before we do that, let's just take a quick break and we'll be right back. So we getting ready to give y'all something to groove to, you know,